It's joke, no joke, no joke. Oh, you know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Choke, no joke, chicky, choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicky, choke, no joke. I'll be glad when I get rid of this cough. God, gee, is it. Choke, no joke. I'm in the building, baby. My fellow Americans, patiently waiting. Salute. Dip set, dip set, dip set, dip set, dip set. Forever. In the building tonight, my moderator, his squad here to hold it down or snipe you. If you get up here talking crazy, that's what we do. All right? Do things, do thing, baby. Do thing. Do things, 3450s in the building. Faith is in the building. No relation to Faith Evans. Levette is in the building. The nurse in the building. The night nurse. I got it now. The night nurse is at work. Sneaking on her phone. Watching Choke, no joke. She's saving lives and watching Choke, no joke. Shout out to the night nurse. You know what I mean? Carla in the building. What up, Miss Lloyd? Certainty in the building. What up? What's the word? 183rd. Shout out Old Ski. All right. Choke no joke. We are here, man. You know, we got to start the show off right. You know, pay a little respect, you know, to a music legend. Clive Davis. Yeah, Clive Davis has passed away, y'all. You know, many a stories about Clive Davis. Uh, but tonight, we just gonna pay our respects. We're not gonna drag him. You know, TikTok, what up? Choke no joke. I'm live. Shay, what up? But yeah. So, like I said, we not gonna kick Clive Davis back in tonight because I know probably is a lot of people out there, you know, that talk a lot about him. I'm one of them because I really don't like the fact that he continued to have that party where Whitney Houston body was in the Beverly Hilton Hotel. You know, how would he like if people are partying right now wherever he passed away at? But like I said, we not gonna kick his back in right now. Hopefully, when he go to the place, him and Whitney in the same place, you know, when they cross over, and Whitney can see him and curse him out for having that goddamn party. You know, Whitney might put hands and feet on that man in heaven. Whitney might stomp that nigga out on the cloud. Lord forgive me for Lord forgive you. Now we gonna behave. We're not gonna go there. But yeah, man, Clive Davis, man, the legendary music executive who founded Arista Records and J Records. Uh, he died today during the summer solstice. Now, if you got a third eye like me, uh, if you got knowledge yourself like me, and you can see farther than the average person, and you know about the summer solstice or the winter solstice or the spring, fall, what some of these, especially the summer and the winter solstice, things that happen like deaths around these times where people who have allegedly, joined secret clubs or whatever you want to call it, usually around the summer solstice or the winter solstice, it's usually some type of tragedy happen is very much in the music industry. It I'm not going to sit here and run down a bunch of them, but I can run down a bunch of them. And for me, when it hits the summer solstice or the winter solstice, I stay away from the entertainment industry. I don't go around entertainment people. I don't trust it. I ain't trying to be nobody's goddamn sacrifice. You know what I mean? Uh, but like I said, that's just propaganda. That's just urban legend. That's just myth in the entertainment, or not just entertainment, but well, all entertainment, sports included. If you believe in that type of stuff, that stuff is just so absurd. But people, some people, you know, have knowledge of this stuff, and some people believe that, worshiping Satan or Luciferians, have their benefits, and there's certain rituals and times of the years that things happen and sacrifices. That's if you believe that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We all don't believe that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But um his family confirmed, and he was 94 years old. So it ain't like somebody was sacrificing him. He was 94. He lived a hell of a life. You know what I mean? But he died in his Manhattan home at the age of 94. Some of y'all be like, oh, that old nigga. That old nigga. That old. I'm inspiring to be his age. And you think I'm old? I want to be 94. You know what I'm saying? I want to be 104. You know what I'm saying? God willing that, my body is in a place where I'm not in goddamn pain in 94. But um, for all that he's accomplished and all the years he's been in the industry, to live to 94, and especially in his era of rock and roll and everything, the drugs, the women, all types of stuff, the funny style, lifestyles. 94, boy. He did it. He did that. You did that, Clive Davis. But his family confirmed he passed away peacefully following age-related illnesses, having recently been hospitalized for respiratory issues. Made me want to clear my chest. Throughout a career that spanned more than 60 years. Jesus. That's inspiration. I got 30 years in the game. So if I could get another 30 years in the business, wow. And you never know, because like Clive Davis, let's see, he died at 94. Uh he got J Records at around 2000. So he was in his 70s when he got J Records and signed goddamn Alicia Keys, Olivia, um, Jennifer Hudson, and that's after his Arista career. So for a person like me that's in my 50s, and this man started a new label in his 70s and had hit artists and hit records with Alicia Keys and Jennifer Hudson, superstars. Gotta let you know, if you are in your 30s, in your 40s, or your 50s, hopefully not your 50s, but your 30s and 40s, and you still haven't figured it out, don't panic. Take care of your health and know that at 70, you can start a new business and make multi-millions. The average person becomes a millionaire in their 50s anyway. So if you 30, 40, and you depressed and you worried about, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, just keep going. Just keep going. Because if this man could restart his career after Arista at 70 years old and then go on to live another 25 years, 24 years, shh, you gotta look at that as inspiration, or you just a hater. Now, throughout a career that spanned more than 60 years, the Brooklyn born Davis earned the moniker the man with the golden ears. Beginning his career as a lawyer before transitioning to the head of Columbia Records. See, and this is how people like him, which he probably was an entertainment lawyer, get into the music business, and he know how to rob you. Because not only is he the CEO of the label or the head of the label, this goddamn dude's a lawyer and no contract. And you getting dudes like us that didn't even graduate college, yet got a law degree and going to sign contracts for multi-millions and wonder why we got jerked, because a contract that's really a paragraph, they made 10 pages and put verbiage in there that you goddamn don't understand because the words are so goddamn big. Well, thank God for like new technology like AI with Chat GPT, because you could put your contract in that joint and have it break it down for you. Is, you know, to a point where you can understand it. And back in the day, we couldn't do that. You had to pay that lawyer money. You still got to pay the lawyer money. The Chat GPT could be wrong, but at least you'll give an idea of the verbiage and some of the verbiage that's being used in the contract. So before you go hire the lawyer, you can red line a few things before you get to the lawyer stage of it by using applications like that to weed out all the bad stuff in your contract, right? But he was celebrated for shaping the soundtracks of countless lives by discovering, mentoring, and revitalizing the careers of generations of superstars. Discovered and championed generational icons, most notably Whitney Houston, whom he met when she was a teenager. Founded Arista Records in 1974. 1974. So he passed away in what? 2026. 84. So he was 42 when he started Arista Records. This is why I'm telling you people out here now in your 30s that think you so old. Oh, I'm so old. Right? In your 40s. This man started a record label at 42, Arista Records, and signed the likes of uh, L.A. Reid and Babyface. Did deals with them with they label of Face, and had TLC. Uh, uh, he did a deal with Puffy with Arista Records, or did he? and gave Diddy like 40 to 60 million. And, look at it. He founded it in 1974. 20 years later, he's meeting Diddy and he's putting out Bad Boy. And so he started a company in 74 at the age of 42. By the time he was 62, when most of y'all be like, oh, that old nigga. At 62, he just met Diddy. And think about all the hits that Diddy made. Not only Diddy, you got Outkast with over there with LaFace in them. Like, nigga, at 62, he caught his a lick after having a record label for 20 years. And then another 8 to 8 years later after that, they tell him he too old to run Arista Records. And he got to sell it because he was too old, right? Uh, so they told L.A. Reid and Babyface, LaFace Records, yo, we gonna let y'all run Arista because Clive is too old. And they like, all right, bet. But y'all got to sell us y'all label. Y'all got to sell us y'all label. Y'all can't run Arista and have LaFace on Arista. Y'all got to sell us y'all label. You know, Clyde is too old. He's 60 something years old right now. We need y'all to, come in and but y'all gotta sell us y'all label. These dudes, I don't want to call them dummies because they're not dummies, but they thought it was good business for them, L.A. Reid and Babyface. They sell their label to Arista. They get the position to run it, and then guess what happens? These niggas turn around, give the old man who's too old to run the label, Clive Davis, another label, J Records. All they really did was L.A. Reid and Babyface out they label. You know what I'm saying? By telling them, oh, Clive was too old to run the label. But L.A. Reid and Babyface, they was killing it. They was like the Motown in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And they screwed them and told them, "Oh, Clive's too old, but we want y'all to come and run it because they killing it. They with TLC, uh, Outkast, Goody Bob, uh, I can't remember everybody that was on the face. Usher, you know what I'm saying? They was killing. They said, "Oh no, these niggas gonna come work for us. Give us your label. Here goes some money. Y'all run ours, and you can run your old label through us." And then boom, they turn right around, pardon me, and do that. And then they give Clive Davis J Records in 2000, and this nigga do it all over again, right? With Alicia Keys and Jennifer Hudson. Like I said, he signed Olivia. It was a bunch of other people I can't remember. I still got a shirt signed from Olivia that she gave me. She gave me a G on the shirt and signed it. Let me see. She was like, "What you want? What you want me to write on it?" Look what I told her to write. Oh, anybody read that? It's an autographed shirt from Olivia. Can anybody read that? Shout out to Olivia. That's my girl. We got real cool after I met her. I guess y'all can't read it. Y'all kids don't know script. It's a damn shame. Go back to school. That's bad. Y'all can't read script. It says I'm that bitch. Olivia Unit. Oh, let me show y'all. So y'all young kids that don't know cursive writing. Damn shame y'all can't read cursive. Right here. That's the I in cursive. I'm right here. The T, the H, the A, the T. I'm that bitch. Love, Love, Olivia, Olivia, G unit. You already know. All right. That's sad y'all don't know cursive, man. And I write very well in cursive. You dig? But getting back to Clive Davis, may that man rest in peace. Brandy's another person that he's responsible for. Shout out Brandy. Who else? You got Aretha Franklin. You got Bruce Springsteen. Uh, who else he got? He had Janis Joplin, Barry Manilow. All right. Good looking. Appreciate it. All right. Um, who else he had? Carlos Santana. He had a bunch of big people. TLC. I said TLC earlier. I said Whitney Houston. Brandy. Jennifer Hudson. Olivia. Alicia Keys. We ain't gonna keep repeating them all over again. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000. Like that's 26 years ago, and continuously serves as the chief creative officer for Sony Music Entertainment in his later years. So he went from Columbia to Sony to Arista to J Records. Don't ever give up on yourself, bro. Please. Like you can always reinvent yourself. You can always do something different. You don't have to stay in the same lane. Don't never let nobody talk to you and be like, "Oh man, now you want to rap, or now you want to be an actor, or now you can do whatever you want when you choose to do it, unless your body's not physically capable of it. I'm not gonna tell you to go be no gymnast at 65. You know what I'm saying? You could do it. And your bones ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we do want to know about that note, right? But just follow your dreams. Always follow your dream. I don't care what nobody say. When y'all hear what's next for me, my next project, y'all gonna be like, choke no joke. I'm not even giving no hints yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a little minute before I announce it. But I got a project that y'all are going to love. All right. You'll see me get 1 million subscribers in a minute. All right. Because I'm about to take it to another level. Right. But getting on to the next story, the dude, Julio Foolio, young boy that got killed by a bunch of other young boys because they was beefing over rap lyrics. Like, Like these dudes was beefing on wax and took it to the next level and killed this boy, and they just kids, man. And I pray that um y'all mothers out there that got young men in your lives with your sons, that y'all keep a man around them that's positive, that is going to tell them the repercussions of their actions. Because these dudes, they do stuff thinking that there's no consequences to their actions. They don't think about the repercussions, and a lot of them can't even fathom the repercussions that they will face because they didn't live yet. They haven't done anything yet. They haven't been nowhere yet. You know what I'm saying? They haven't lived enough to have enough life experience. And that's the one thing I'm happy about is that I got to travel the world. I got to see different people in different countries and know what a goddamn blessing is. When you go to places like Jamaica and you see them with a goddamn pole running out the ground and they bent it so the water could come down without a shower head, and they showering outside in the backyard, no shower curtain, like when you get to see people in these other countries that don't have welfare and Section 8. Do you know I know some people that lived on Section 8 since I was a little nigga in the projects, never had a job. Crazy. And got kids and had several kids, and welfare took care of them for their entire life. And I go to other places and they are making a living off fruit on the highway, on the streets, or at markets, and you get to have lights and heat and hot water. Hot water is a privilege, right? Like if you have never been to none of these places that I've been to and see how these people live, you will you will get on your knees and thank God every night. You got a goddamn plate of food in your face. You will thank God every night that you got a mattress to sleep on. When you see the conditions that some of these people live in and they happy. They happy. You would be miserable spoiled in America the way you are. A lot of y'all women that's on welfare and won't let the baby daddy come around because they saying that you'll get your stamps cut, this, that, and the other. Like you struggle with these little boys and these disrespectful little girls because you ain't got a man in the house because you want to live rent free for decades. But anyway, I ain't here to come get on the soapbox and start preaching. But I'm telling you, y'all ladies, man, I'm not saying you got to be sleeping with a man to have a man around to help you with your children. You know what I'm saying? If you got a deadbeat dad and he ain't around, and you got a nice man from the neighborhood that's not looking to smash you, but you see how he raised his kids, and they ask him to mentor your kid. Ask him, to talk to your kid. You know what I'm saying? Ask him to have his kids talk to your kids if they out of line. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these kids out here, and I was one of them, my mom's told me everything not to do. But once I stepped outside that door, it was always an older nigga or some devilish ass kid that manipulated me into doing wrong. And I knew I was doing wrong, but they make you feel like you corny, you a square, you a nerd if you don't want to do anything that's risking your life. So, young men, if you watching, stop following niggas. I'm telling you, I've been there before. I'm not telling you from speculation. I've been there before. I've been in the streets. I ran with dudes in the streets. I've been to jail. I've been in jail several times, right? By the grace of God, I didn't go to the penitentiary. But I got enough experience to let me know that that ain't where I wanted to be. And I'm gonna stop listening to these niggas and I'm gonna stop running with these niggas and I'm gonna do what I want to do in my life. And I don't care who say what I want to do is corny. I'm not going back in jail just to be cool. Hell no. And I left everybody behind that wanted to still deal with the streets. If you wanted to deal with the streets, you could be my friend from way over there. Don't come around me. I'm not riding in no cars with you niggas, not knowing what you got in your car. You're not getting in my car because I don't know what you got on you. If y'all niggas are still dealing, that's all you get from me when you see me. I'm not coming over there to have a conversation with you. I'm not getting into why they surveilling your ass. This shit. I'm not pulling up to get up there and get in your FBI video and sitting there talking, and they think I just did a transaction. Peace, nigga. You know what I mean? So I say that to say this going into this Julio Foolio thing, right? Because when I seen this kid, one of the kids, uh, him and his girl was involved in this too. I don't know what role they played because I didn't follow the whole trial, but he got life and his girl got 15 years for the same crime. And he's like, yo, how she get 15 and I got life? And the judge is like, she blamed you. And he was like, yeah, but if I would have she got a separate trial from us and she got 15. So if I would have got my own separate trial, I would have got 15. But being that I went on trial with these guys, my co-defendants, I get life, but she got 15. Why I can't get 15? You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way the dice roll. The jury could have just been more sympathetic for the girl. They could have looked at it like he manipulated the girl. I don't know. It could be like a Max B situation. But anyway, the thing is, I'm preaching tonight because when I seen this young man talk to the judge at his sentencing, because he could have got the death penalty, right? This dude's a baby, bro. He's a baby. And some of y'all 20-year-old knuckleheads think y'all so goddamn grown. Y'all not grown. I was 20. You think you grown. You might even not be living at your mother's house right now. You might have your own goddamn place and nice little job. You're still not grown. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn what grown is when you get in your 40s and 50s. You'll learn what grown. You'll think you were grown in your 20s, but you're not. You got a lot to learn. And there's nothing a book can teach you. You got to walk this goddamn earth another 20 years to find out half of the stuff that we found out walking the earth 50 years. It ain't nothing you're going to find in a book or a TV show or anything. You're going to have to walk this earth to learn from experience. Trust me when I tell you. You know what I'm saying? And when the older person is telling you it, and you like, oh, nigga, you washed up. Oh, nigga, your gun got warm. You're thinking they got old and corny. Why? Because you didn't walk the walk yet to understand. And if you don't listen, you're gonna have to walk the walk to understand. And it might be too late for you when a nigga could a person with 20 years experience over you told you what was gonna happen in 20 years. And if you listen, you might uh do something to help yourself before you get there, to prevent or be able to celebrate when you get there. But if you don't get the jewels, because you think that because the person's older than you is telling you something corny because they not hip no more and they pants and hanging to the back of their knees, you miss out on the education. And when you go to school, it's never niggas your age teaching at school. You tell me what school you went to your whole life and the teacher was the same age as you. You learn from people with experience. That's what it is. But I want y'all to check this out, right? This sentencing, it almost made me cry because, you know, I was this little dude, being a follower, you know what I'm saying, wanting to be cool. And by the grace of God, I learned that the streets was bullshit. And my friends that I would have died for and called my brothers wasn't my brothers, or it wouldn't have died for me. You know what I'm saying? So and I learned that money will make your best friend turn on you. You know what I'm saying? So when I see this young man talk, it's touching. So I want y'all to watch this. If you're a parent and you got a teenager in the house or a young man that's a little uh hard head right now, you can't reach him, call him in the room right now or text this link to them right now and let them see what it's like for real when you kill somebody and the consequences of doing it and thinking that in the beginning it was nothing. Now you go to jail as a person in your 20s. You didn't get a chance to have a kid yet. Some of these dudes probably never ain't have sex yet. Their first sex is gonna be in the jail cell because they going for life. So eventually, niggas gonna have a boyfriend. They in there for life, unless they get married. And who's marrying them knowing that they in there for life? Unless a girl just love them that much that she just gonna marry him for some conjugal visits. Or, maybe they'll marry a pen pal or somebody, I don't know. But what I do know is this. They killed his boy over hip hop beef. He's dead. His family's going through it. And these boys' families are going through it. And they got life. And all they wanted to do was rap. Life.
Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. Sorry.
It's all right.
um, sorry, just what I did right. What I did right. Sean kind of covered like how pre- predominantly what I did right. Um,
Okay.
and my lawyer just told me I couldn't talk about a lot of things. So
Well, you just need to be careful. If you start talking about the facts of the case, you could end up creating more evidence against you. So that's probably his concern. So um, I just want you to be aware of that. But even if you're repeating what Mr. Gathright said, you still have the right to say it. So I don't want you to feel that you can't talk just because Mr. Gathright already said it.
okay,
Now the reason the judge is telling him this is because he's getting ready to make a statement for his sentencing, right? But he went to trial. So being that he went to trial, he has and blew and lost on trial and got life. He has the right to appeal his case. But if he get up there and then in his statement and his sentencing say something that's admitting that he did this, then when he go for his appeal, he might be messing it up for him and his co-defendants, depending on what he say. That's why she's telling him, yo, make your statement, but watch what you say, because you got to appeal in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You might could find a technicality and get your ass out. Don't sit here and say something that's going to mess up your appeal. And that's basically what the judge is telling me.
Okay. All right. I don't. Sorry. I don't even have or know the right words to say that can rectify the intense severity of how I am situated currently, corresponding to my sentencing right now. I don't think anyone with a reasonable mind frame could adjust their conscience to the reality of something this absurd, especially being this young. This is harder than what I intended. I'm gonna be honest. Um, I feel like our appearances here were more political based than solely on our 6th and 14th Amendment, which guarantees our right to a fair trial with a impartial jury for each defendant. Being that, I'm not gonna say, um, I wanted to say something to you directly.
No, that's fine. And you're more than welcome to disagree with any way I may have ruled in the case. You just can't,
Repeat the facts.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you don't need to repeat the facts, but you just can't be rude to me. That's all I'm asking.
I understand.
You can express disagreement. I have thick skin and there'll be an appellate review of everything I did, but just don't be disrespectful, because then I'm gonna have to tell you to sit down and it becomes a thing. So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
just not have a thing.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay. So, thank you. You are all right. So, Judge Cisco, unlike the rest of my co-defendants here, they all are charged with being the alleged shooters and have the same verdicts. However, me, on the other hand, the one who was charged with me for playing the same alleged role as I, gets found not guilty for what I am charged with. Alicia case didn't contradict the alleged shooters versus the state case. I don't even think it's possible it could have. However, it contradicts mine being the only principle here, because both of our jury's decisions contradicts each other. The only nuance is I went to trial with 3 other people who have the same verdict as I, and she didn't. Alicia get found not guilty for my current charge. It wasn't a coincidence. Basically, what I'm saying is Alicia and the state alleged that we played. Oh, that's getting into like the facts of like the case.
Well, that's okay. If I'm hearing you correctly, you are taking issue with the fact that I don't know if she's your current or former girlfriend, but she went to trial. She was convicted of a manslaughter and got 15 years. And now you're here facing life. And that, I would assume, that seems unjust to you. Is that correct?
That's highly unjust. I seen Susie Lopez on the news this morning, and she was saying that justice has been served. Absolutely, if you see it from that perspective. But everything that's a perspective is based off perception. So if you say that's justice, okay, but when you look at, if you put me and Alicia up on like side by side, like that's like that's like that's like that's unjust. Like it's injustice. Like it doesn't make sense. Like it's contrary to my verdict. Like her jury made their decision. My jury made, well, our jury made their decision, but it contradicts like both of our verdicts. The only difference is like I went to trial with my co-defendants and she went to trial by herself. So I feel like personally, I got guilt more so by association than like participation. Um, that's all I really wanted to say, Judge. Sorry, because this is way more harder than I anticipated. But that's all. Thank you.
Sure. Sure. And you probably know when Miss Andrews went to trial, she basically pinned it all on you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. You know when as I sit with my lawyer, like he's probably shivering over there because he don't know what I'm gonna
Right.
say out my mouth.
Right. He's very
Yeah, he
concerned.
definitely. Um, your a lot of people don't know, but before you go to trial, um, you try to be optimistic, but everything is done strategically. So how the lawyers optimize what they're gonna say or what they're gonna do, they do it with the client. You know, I'm not saying what she's saying was wrong or not wrong, or what he wanted her to say or what she said. You know, but uh, that's all though. I want to say something to like Jacksonville though too. So to my city, man, it ain't worth it, boy. Like it ain't worth it. Like me being a rapper from my city and Fulio being a rapper from our city, it ain't worth it. Like my mouth getting dry. Sorry. Like the dissing, the beefing, the shooting, like for what? Like for what? Like when you sitting in your cell alone, cold, it's lonely as hell in that bed. Um, everybody leave you. Like nobody here for you. Like the ones that's your ride or die, your girlfriends, whoever you love, the only person there for you is your mother, and maybe like one friend, maybe, but it ain't worth it though, bro. It ain't worth it. I was 21 years old facing the death penalty. I never ever. My only interactions with law enforcement was traffic tickets. Wake up next morning, I'm facing the death penalty. That's how quick life can change. It ain't worth it, bro. That's all. Though. And sorry if I was nervous. Sorry.
No, it's okay, Mr. Chance.
Um,
And thank you for saying that.
yes, ma'am.
That joint make me want to shed a tear for that young man. 21 years old and got life in prison because these niggas is clout chasing on the internet, beefing with each other over rap music. We done seen Pac and Big lose their life. We done seen many people since then, right? And I'm happy that he was smart enough not to uh, incriminate himself, even though he was already found guilty. But like I told you, there's appeals and there's ways to beat cases, you know, through an appeal. And when I look at that young dude, I seen like all the dudes that I was young. I see myself. I see myself. I see all the young niggas that was about that life. I think about the dudes that was that age that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? That got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of us that been in wars in the streets, but there's a lot of us that been in wars in the streets that didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Or there's even more people that's in jail for the rest of their life. And to see these guys this young, you know, cut that young man life short, ain't no telling what his potential was. There's no telling what their potential was. And like he said, if you a young nigga watching this, and you never had a case and you never been in jail, is one thing that he said it is a goddamn fact. When you get in that jail, you lucky if your mother is going to be there for you, because that's the only person that's almost guaranteed to be there for you. Anytime I got locked up, the first person that was there to see me, my mother. You know what I'm saying? Now I had about two homies that, you know, I can remember coming to see me when I was in there, and my baby mother, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, ain't nobody else was coming. And I was telling people not to come because I didn't, I didn't want to be dealing with the saying goodbyes, and I didn't damn sure ain't want nobody uh coming there, going through the bus ride and getting searched and all that shit because I made dumb decisions in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would be punishing them to come see me because of all the stuff that you got to go through on the visit. Because I know, because I done went to visit people a million times. When you're in the streets and your boys get locked up and y'all crew, it's almost an obligation to go see them and take care of them or whatever. So been through that. Like I said, I can't even count how many times I've been on visits from upstate New York, Southport, Wallkill, Elmira, Clinton. Like, oh God. Um, anyway, but the one thing that young man said is that, you know, it's lonely in that cell, it's cold in that cell in the winter. You know what I'm saying? And there's no guarantee that anybody's going to be there for you. Some people go to jail and never hear from nobody in their life again. And then sometimes they family die off and they in there. You know what I'm saying? And God forbid, but that can happen. That's going to happen to these young men. They in their 20s, they got life. Everybody they know is going to die while they in jail. They're not coming back out. They will unless they get in the pill and get a time cut or reverse a reversal or something like that. Right now, they got to deal with being in there for the rest of their life, hoping that somebody financially contributes to their sentencing and send them a package here and there. Because that's even worse when you ain't got nobody sending you nothing. Because I seen plenty of dudes in jail that didn't have nobody that cared for them, and you know, dudes with good hearts like myself, or give them cookies or, commissary or things that they need, just because out of your heart, you in there and the nigga ain't got nobody to call, ain't got nobody coming to visit him, you know what I'm saying? And he got to work in the jail to get some money. And what we was getting, 25 cents an hour, for house gang or working in the kitchen. You only working for like 15, 25 cents. Some of them, might be a little like suicide. You might get close to $1, and that's because you up all night. Just keep walking the jail, making sure nobody hang themselves or anything like that. But bro, the most you probably can make is $1 an hour, and I'm reaching when I say that, and that was shit 30 something years ago. So it ain't excuse me, it ain't no telling what dudes is getting right now. But you will work for a whole week just to get a few things out of commissary, a few dollars worth of commissary. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad for these young men, like, because I've been there. I've been, where I felt like, you know, defending myself was a must. Um, thinking hustling was a must. And then I got homies that grew up with me in the same building, everything, never sold drugs a day in their life and never been to jail. Why would they go to jail if they never did nothing wrong? But the point is, I'm telling you, two people could grow up in the same project, in the same building, and have two different lives. One could be a career criminal and go to jail. They 55 right now, probably did 30 years in jail. Same dude, worked the job, 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 and now he's doing better off in life. You know what I'm saying? Probably get ready to retire, probably gonna have a pension and everything, 401k, and the dude that did the street route ain't gonna have nothing to look for. And so, who look corny? The corny guy back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Who was the corny guy because he was a square, he went to school, and he, he worked, right? Now, who looks corny now? The nigga that's in his 50s still trying to sell drugs, ain't got no education, ain't got no career, ain't got nothing going on, still calling around, borrowing money from niggas and stuff. Who looks corny now? You know what I'm saying? So please, man, always encourage your kids to do right and let them know it don't matter what the people in the street say if they corny for working, right? It's nothing cool about doing 20 years in jail. It is when you dumb niggas in the street and a dude like Max B come on and yeah, that nigga that robbed the nigga and killed the nigga, he home, my nigga. Let's give him some jewelry, y'all. Put this chain on, nigga. Yeah, nigga ain't gonna watch. Yeah. Those dumb niggas, those are the they will continue to repeat the cycle of going to jail. You know, please, ladies, if you got a deadbeat dad, find a good dude, not a dude that want to smash, that can be a mentor to your little man, or find a nigga that used to be in the street that turned his life around, or a former gangbanger that dropped his flag, and let them talk to him and let them tell him why they no longer in the streets, why they no longer a gangbanger, why they changed their life before it's too late. Cause I'll tell you, I ain't trying to think of it, that dude, that little dude's speech. I got this feeling in the head. It's just my eyes just want to water up and cry, but I'll be crying for days for young men that get manipulated by the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know what's the worst part about it all, y'all? Most of us don't realize it until we get older. It's very few of us that, are old heads like, yo, nigga, don't hang with them niggas. Them niggas don't love you. They don't mean you no good. You gonna go to jail hanging with those niggas. It's very few dudes that listen to that. And then you'll have those same young niggas, yo, man, get out of here, old head. Don't listen to him. He just mad because he washed. You know what I'm saying? And then you look up, you doing 20 years or you doing life because you want it to be cool. It ain't cool. Trust me. I was cool in the streets, but I'm even cooler, straight legit. And I wouldn't give a damn what a nigga say about anything that I want to do that's not illegal. You can call me a square all you want, nigga. Fine. I will be that. You can put me in the Hollywood squares right in the middle. Nigga, I'll be the square. All right? Choke no joke. You know what it is. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Clive Davis. I wonder how Diddy is taking this news. And look, this is what I was talking about. Diddy in jail and his man died. Ain't nothing he could do about it. Diddy not a family member. They're not gonna let Diddy leave the jail to go to Clive Davis' funeral. You got to be first family for that. So you see what can happen while doing time? You lose people. You know what I'm saying? You think that Clive Davis went to visit Diddy? I doubt that. He probably thought he was going to be home. Thought he probably was going to be alive to see him come home and have a conversation with him. Hopefully they had a conversation on the phone. But this is what I'm talking about. And it's going to be that day that these young dudes, they got life. They're going to go to the funeral home on several trips when their family members start passing. Wait, I'm not wishing no death on them, but we all deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But when you got life in jail, it's a reality that the next time you leave that jail is going to be for a funeral. And then you're going right back. And the last time you leave that joint is going to be because you're going to be in that pine box. And not to even mention trying to survive in jail for life. That's a hell of a sentence. Because in jail, you are constantly on point. Your head is always on the swivel. It can happen any day. You know what I'm saying? It's less likely to happen once you get upstate and you get situated, but you can always get in a beef 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Some young nigga come in, he the young little blood nigga. You done chilled out. You was a blood nigga, heard about your war stories. Nigga, what's up, nigga? I heard about you. And you like, nah, assalamu alaikum, my brother. I ain't with that. What? Nigga, you was the killer. Woo, 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 woo. You know, it's so repetitive. So repetitive to our culture, how young niggas just get manipulated. Can you imagine if it never was gangs? How many more dudes would have jobs and be alive and would not be in jail? All right, choke no joke on the soapbox tonight. I'm preaching. Okay, I'm preaching. I'm TD Jakin. You know, I'm cleft flow dollaring, you know. But nah, it's real though, man. I feel bad for them kids, but I feel worse for the parents of Julio Foolio and the siblings. Took that little man life over rap. Stupid shit. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Kiss the babies. Good night. I love y'all. Thanks for always supporting me. All right. One love. TikTok. All right. Peace and love, YouTube. You know what it is. One.
I do it.
Hit that subscribe.
This is a diss, would be specific. Hit you with a sub, you blacklisted. Her third tour, it's ridiculous. You in the crowd, babysitting. Mad at pics, fans flicking. You got a Billy, they dick licking. Kids, your son and dad missing. You duck in the swab, results prison. I see your faces, the mad prison. Y'all rats, are you kidding? And if you sign, you have no wisdom. Integrity missing, money mission. Lamar Latrells in your system. Camel licking, nerves switching. Are y'all kidding? Y'all Virginian. Success, y'all dream sex. Sold a lot of units, but still checks. Squares, Nike, I run with checks. People use Marcy as pets. I move his skin, you on your head. All your tunes are dead. You ugly like your dreads. No bag, I'm on your head. No fag, I'm my shooter. You the glad Duke shooter. You do balls but no hooters. Choke no joke, I am the future with no Malloy. You play with boys, be out here wishing she was a boy. You her decoy, you her bitch. Choke no joke, I am the shit. Yo Cam, get off my dick. Mad Jim, king of the dips. Without Jewels, you have no hits. Your last hit was True Life. When he caught you with that right. Yo, Big Joe, am I right? Nigga Dane saved your life. And then you crossed him for home. Got on stage with Ho. You an actor, you ain't Poe. Joke, no joke. You already know. Yo, man, I'm done, man.
Choke no joke. You already know. Hit that subscribe before you go. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know how we do each and every day. We live, baby. Choke no joke. Shout out to my brother Jack Brown on the beats. All right, learn from mistake 3 on the way. All right, I love y'all. Have a good night. Kiss the babies.
Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke. Niggas choke.